Ariel Maraño of Northern Luzon and Nueva Ecija Valdez at number 105.
Back up with the leaders now. A little bit of disarray here because they're not working well together, and this is not a good sign. They'll lose time if they don't pull themselves together rather quickly. The number 34 there, Sandy Benaccia. He went off course just before the finish yesterday, but the judges rightly put him back in his rightful place in 6th overall, back in the main field. And the yellow jersey a little bit confused now because a number of riders trying to attack and get up the road. He's looking for the right train to catch a wheel on, I think.
He's been come up with a burst of speed, but to no avail really. He's been checked all throughout.
Well, he's a bit compromised because he now has his teammate up the road, Davidina, who is the new leader at the moment, and still at the back here the punches continue.
Brian Tagilig of the Northern Luzon squad with a bit of trouble, but immediately he is off and running.
Well, I say at the back, in fact, he was in that leading group of some 17 men. He's lost contact with them. He's in no man's land at the moment. He is still in front of the yellow jersey here. So Keremit, who's receiving a little bit of advice and help here from Enrique Domingo, his teammate, saying, "You want some water?" Placido Valdez on the far side in the Adidas blue jersey of the sprint competition. Now, the Hong Kong riders are seeing the whereabouts of the yellow jersey. He's brought the field up around him again, while the cheers are all for the breakaway, which is beginning to split up. Where some riders want to race and some riders want to wait, and the result is we have a hole in the middle of this breakaway right now. And the breakaway, now all of the Hong Kong riders on the front of the main field here, first time we've seen this tactic. They want to chase down the leaders. They know now that there's more than one Filipino national they're worried about, not just the yellow jersey, but also with Warren Davidina up there in front. So Juan Campo, who won this race last year, has told his team to start setting the pace at the front and try and reduce the gap to the leaders. And it's good to see a tactic like that too.
Just a moment back, we saw Michael Ganoa, number 13 of the Southern Luzon squad, chanting with.
There's the leaders again. The Malaysians are up here in force right now. I've counted 3 riders on the Malaysian team. Davidina with everything to gain, and there's the confirmation. He's now the leader of the tour on the road, and he's like a little ferret. He's rushing to the front now. Has had 2 great days of racing so far, and he's not going to throw away the race lead right now. Get there first, and he's going to get that leader's yellow jersey. In it's still not a lot. The yellow jerseys are worn by the Malaysian riders, and with 3 men up here, they have a real chance now of taking the lead. Because they only have a couple of riders up here at the moment.
Valdivia is like a dynamo, seems to be loaded with lots of energy. As we take a look at number 52, Ryan Tagilig, who had that puncture earlier.
Now he's dropped back and he's been picked up here by a chase group which is coming through. And one of the Chinese riders caught onto the train here, so it's nice to see him. That is Haley Wang, who has got up into this chase group of some 5. So there should be coming more riders up front very shortly. 133 flashing through there is a Rene Dorado of the Mindanao. Now here's the yellow jersey group, and still the yellow jersey hasn't given. Still chasing the race down. He might get up yet. Franco Sicardi keeping control of this race on the road, and this is the breakaway which is deciding the day. It was started by Carl Yastul after some 16 kilometers today. It's gradually grown to something like the Filipino national rider, Warren Davidina. He is the leader, and he's the man on the right of our screen now because he's leading out Yastul for the Centennial Sprint here. Yastul has got some power today as a sprinter. The Adidas sprints, now he cleans up the 1,000 pesos as well for the
Centennial Sprint, by the way, is part of the Marlboro Tour's way of celebrating the Philippine Centennial of Independence, of course. As we rejoin the yellow jersey group, Hong Kong riders continue to surround this man. Juan Campo is there. Now the Chinese riders, we finally get a better view of them right now, Bill.
Well, they've survived much better today. Not quite such bad look as yesterday. There's the gap, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. The Hong Kong team here are trying to keep their team leader and last year's overall winner, Juan Campo, in the action. They're trying to limit the losses on the day, because by the end of this day, if this continues, the man who won last year could be a long way behind. Now back to the leaders, just in time to see them explode over the bad roads. There are only a handful of kilometres to go. This is Davidilla. He's got a lot to gain today, and he's not letting anything out of his sight. Somebody has an attack up the road. This breakaway has completely disintegrated, and here's the men causing the damage. Number 31 is Felix Celeste, who got married only 2 weeks ago. He has been joined here by a Malaysian rider, which is Hamad. Now, 3 Malaysians in this front group. They have not made a mistake today, and they have again a late attack.
Hamad finished 8th in the prologue, and in the first stage finished at 27th spot.
But he's going for goal this time, Steve, and we're back to the main group. Still the Hong Kong riders being made to make the pace now, but the gap is going further back. 4 minutes and 8 seconds, the deficit now. So the yellow jersey will switch sides, but it won't switch teams, because it's going to cross from Kermit to Davidilla by the end of this day. Davidilla starting today, that's 7 seconds behind his team leader. Now, a little bit of change in the front. They've got up to the 2 leaders, and Davidilla is leading the pressure up to the front. What a marvellous day he has had. He's had 2 superb days of racing here, and certainly the man of the race so far. So Davidilla is back in touch with the leaders here as we bring 6 riders together. Gonzalo Espiritu is also here, so too is Carlo Gia. These are men now gaining time over the rest of the race.
And by the way, yesterday the race will end over there in front of the provincial capital.
Well, on the far right is Davidilla, shortly to change his Philippines national jersey to a yellow one because of the time gains today. Carlo Guillem, an old hand from the Northern Luzon team, is in this move now. He wears number 51. This breakaway now, I don't think it will be caught even by the rest of the league group. We're back with the chasers here. They continue to slip away. You wouldn't know what exactly Kermit is thinking by his passive face, but what he's thinking is his teammate has got his yellow jersey, and he shouldn't be too unhappy about that. They're keeping in the cap. So we now head down towards the finish and the last kilometre here. So we're going to have a sprint of some 6 riders, and they line up for the finish now. Can Davidilla finish off a great day? He was second yesterday in the same approach to the finishing line behind Kermit. Can he crown a new yellow jersey for him with a win now? But there are 3 Malaysians up here. They have ridden so well today, the Malaysian team, and surely they're going to try for the gold medal today. There they are, the 2 of them off the front, so they're going to try and lead one another out. We have got Sharul up here as well as Hamad, both in the lead here now. Carlo Guillem, Gonzalo Espiritu. There's the rider from the Philippines with most to gain, Davidilla, and the man sitting at the back of the moment is Gonzalo Espiritu of Pangasinan. Then the last 500 metres now, the sprint has started. They can't afford to go too soon. The wind is in a difficult quarter, but now they must go as the road continues. It's a long straight sprint, a very difficult sprint to judge this, because you can see the banner a long time before you arrive at it. But Davidilla is going to have a go this time. 2 riders out of it now at the back, including Santi Banacci. He's gone off, but now look at the dash by one of Davidilla. He's going to go for goal this time. He's being challenged by Hamad of Malaysia on his wheel. Davidilla, second yesterday, trying for the win now, but Hamad is coming on his arm left side as we look at the picture, and he takes it now. Win for Malaysia. Mahathir Hamad gets the win. Remember the corner, Hamad slams his brakes on, but avoids the barrier just about. He gets the victory for Malaysia, while Davidilla will take second place. He will get the yellow jersey for the Philippines. What a superb sprint that was. I'm not surprised that Hamad is a little bit exhausted after a sprint like that.
And in the meantime, this feels very good, Phil.
Indeed it does, and it'll feel better shortly when he pulls on the race leader's yellow jersey. Pat McQuaid, the race director, congratulating the Philippines national rider. Here's the result of the stage. Hamad of Malaysia gets the first win. Davidilla gets second. Sharul, Malaysia again is there in third. And Gonzalo Espiritu fourth once more for Pangasinan. Here's the yellow jersey coming in, but a little time has gone by now, so the Maillot Jaune has lost at this stage and this race lead, but he still keeps the lead on the team. Overall, Davidilia for the Philippine Nationals lead this race by 24 seconds from Espiritu Gonzalo now, and Kiramit drops down first into third. Of the rest, Ahmad is up to 14th, Tang of China 35th, I think Espiritu 36th, and Wong Campo up there, still in the action with 20 minutes off the pace now overall.